Alright, I'm going about 65 miles an hour. I'm going to put the cruise control on. Hello and welcome back to All Things Gumball. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the vending business and how to find locations. When I first started out in this business, and by the way, if you're hearing some squeaking noises, I don't know how much you can hear. I've got a big, gigantic styrofoam box in the back, and the reason I keep the styrofoam in the back is it actually gets pretty warm in Texas. And if you don't have that in there while you're running inside checking a machine, the candy will sit in the car, and you know cars get hot pretty quickly and your chocolates are going to melt. If you have a vending machine like in a warehouse where it doesn't get any air conditioning, I don't recommend Skittles. Skittles sell very well, but you don't want to put them in a place unless there's air conditioning. When I first started looking for locations, what I did was I went out and I just started knocking on doors. I didn't know anything about the vending business. I didn't know anything about how to find locations. Nobody told me how to find locations. If this video is rocking, it's only because I don't have any way to secure my video camera. It's just sitting on the dashboard and it may be rocking around a little bit. We are slowing down a little bit. It looks like some traffic up here. So anyway, I'll tell you my story. I went out, I got a machine. I just bought a machine. It sat in my apartment for about a year. I didn't know what to do with it. And I didn't have the right kind of attitude, I guess you could say. I didn't have I didn't feel confident enough to go out looking for locations. I didn't feel confident enough talking to people. But I will guarantee you that after a while, you will get used to it. And the thing is, about 9 out of 10 people will say no to you. And you have to consider the fact that they're not saying no to you. They're saying no to you putting your machine in their store. And a lot of these people, they love their store. They love their shop. They're in love with their shop. They think it's beautiful. And then here you come with this machine that's going to just block the doorway or be in the way. Also, they're considering the fact that children are going to come and buy candy, and then their sticky fingers, they're going to be touching everything, and then, that's part of the reason they may say no to you. A lot of times, children are so stupid, they'll put a quarter in the machine, turn the knob, the candy falls out. They don't even know that they have to put their hand under there to catch the candy, and the parents don't really give them any advice on how to receive the candy. And a lot of people say, I've heard a lot of people say, when they say no to me, and I'll ask them why. I said, do you mind if I ask you why you will not allow me to have a machine here? They will say, well, candy gets all over the floor. I'm spending all day long sweeping the floor, So, as a joke, I always thought to myself, jokingly, I thought I could tell them, well, hey, I'll come and pick up I'll come and sweep up your floor every day, but, if they agree to that, then I may end up having to come there every day just to sweep the floor. So what I first did is I went out knocking on doors, and I didn't really know that you don't go to corporate businesses. You go to mom and pop businesses. You go to businesses where the people can say yes to you right away. If you have to go through a chain of commands, or a chain of command, not chain of commands, and if you have to climb a corporate ladder to get a yes, more than likely that means no. More than likely that means that your answer is no. Their answer is no to you. A lot of times when you go to these big corporate businesses, let's say Starbucks for an example. That's a corporately owned business. They will actually be nice enough and give you the corporate phone number. It's a 1-800 number, or you can Google it. You can find it, I'm sure. But then when you call and you call the phone number, it'll say, no one's here right now, leave a message, blah, blah, blah. And then you'll leave a message and nobody ever calls you back. So to be honest, there's 3 answers that you will get when you're looking for locations. 3 answers. Yes, which is the best answer. Maybe, and no. Now, here's another thing I want to share with you when you're out knocking on doors. I always bring a photograph of the machine, okay, the little gumball machine. I always bring a photograph of what it looks like, and let me show you what that looks like. Let me pull it out real quick. Okay, so I have a little card like this, and it's got a little machine photograph right there in the cover, in the side there. And what I do is it's laminated. If you can see, it's actually laminated. It's got a nice lamination on it. When I walk in, the first thing I do is I hand this to them. I try to get them to hold it in their hand. A lot of times, people don't want to touch it. They're like feeling like they're going to be committed to something if they hold your property. You know, oh, I can't say no if I hold your thing. You know. So anyway, I give this to them and I let them see it, and then I start talking about the vending machine. I don't talk about the vending machine until they see the photograph, because if you talk about a vending machine, they're going to start thinking about the big Coca-Cola machines and the snack machines, soda pop machines. That's what they're going to be thinking, because people don't think of this. In fact, just a couple days ago, I heard a couple people say to me, oh, that's so nostalgic. That's so 70s. You know, gumball machines are so 70s. Yeah, if gumball machines are so 70s, and that means nobody's using them today, why are these companies still making these machines? So what I do is I walk into a store. I only spend, like, let's say 5 minutes in each store. I don't spend more than that. Now, if I find something that I really want to look at while I'm there, I might chit-chat with the owner or find out what he's selling. You know, maybe there's something that I'm interested in buying in the future. But I show him a picture of the machine. As soon as I walk in the door, I show him this. And then I start talking about the charity that I'm working with. I say this. This is what I say. Hi, my name is Neil. I work with the National Children's Cancer Society, and I put vending machines like this in places just like this. Offices, restaurants, salons, and I was actually stopping in to see if it would be alright if I could put one in your store. That's all you got to say. You don't have to say a lot of information. If you want to tell them a little bit about your charity, you can do that. If you want to tell them what percentage you pay, you can do that as well. Hold on a second while I do this. The thing is, hold on, I'm turning on my GPS. I need to go to a place. I think this is my exit. Anyway, sorry, my camera's all moving around. It's having a fun ride. It's like a roller coaster. So here's the thing. Here's the key to finding locations. You don't want to be in a store for half an hour. You don't want to be in a store for an hour trying to convince them to take your machine. Okay? You want to be in there, in and out. You want to get the answer right away. Go in, walk in, say hi. My name is Neil. Show them your card, show them your photograph. As I said, if you don't have a photograph, they're going to be thinking about a Coke machine. And if you say, I place vending machines, the first thing they think is Coke machine, big. They don't have a room for it. They don't want to give you electricity for that. So you tell them your charity. Maybe you can share with them a little bit about what your charity does. Most people know, you know, when you say the National Children's Cancer Society, there's two words that pop up: children, cancer. They already figured it out. You show them the photograph. If they want the machine, they're going to say yes. Here we go again. We're moving again. If they want the machine, they'll say yes. And as I said, 9 times out of 10, they will say no. Okay? Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. It's not you they're saying no to. They're not saying no to you. They're saying no to this machine. They're saying no to candy on the floor. They're saying no to customers complaining about a jammed quarter or something. That's what they're saying no to. They're not saying no to you. You cannot take this personal. Okay? Don't take it personal. I never realized how hard it would be to do a video while driving. All right, here we go. We're back on track. Because every time I slow down, the camera goes forward. Every time I pick up speed, it wants to come this way. When I turn, it wants to move. But I see people doing it all the time, so I thought I'd give it a shot. When you're in the store, look around for a place that you can put the machine. Sometimes people will say, I don't have room. And I look around and I see 5 places I could put the machine. Here's the thing. You may find 5 places where you could put the machine, and they may give you one excuse after another. And if you finally get them to say yes, then every time you visit that place, you're going to feel uncomfortable. And they're going to give you the evil eye. There was one place that I really wanted to be in. It was a Mexican restaurant. And Mexican restaurants are one of the best places to put your vending machine. It was near my house. It was near my apartment. And I really wanted to be in there. And they kept saying maybe, or they never really said no to me. So I kept coming back. And finally, after coming back there like 10 times, I guess they finally just got tired and said, yeah, go ahead. But every time I came to visit the machine, they just gave me this nasty look like, oh, you again. Anyway, they finally did, after about a year or so, they finally did ask me to move, take the machine out. So that was a good location. I had to be there every month, man. That thing would empty out in a month. So if you can look for Mexican restaurants, they do well. Chinese restaurants or Asian restaurants, I know we call people that are Oriental, we call them Asian. I'm trying not to say Asian food, but it's probably a habit since I say Asian people. Anyway, Oriental food or like Asian food, Asian cooking, those places don't do well. And I think the only way that they'll do well is if there's a lot of Americans that are going in there and eating the candy. Because I don't believe Asian people really want their children to be eating candy. I guess that's about it for this video. Like I said, I just wanted to check it out and see how well I can do a video while I'm driving on the highway. And it's not as easy as I thought. I need to get some kind of stabilizer for the video. All right, peace. Peace out.
Please hang up and try again.